Hi everyone, TR here and thanks for dropping by and watching my video. So today I want to talk about the game called Overwatch, but mainly focusing on the PvE mode called Uprising. So currently this game mode has two different types. So the first one is the PvE Uprising, which contains four different heroes, namely Reinhardt, Mercy, Tracer, and Torbjorn. And they have the PvE Uprising All Heroes, which you can pick any heroes that you want to play with. But today I want to specifically talk about the PvE Uprising with the four specific characters and talk about the specific objectives where most teams would generally have problems trying to deal with. So hopefully this guide helps you out. Hope you enjoyed the video and let's get on to it. So the first thing I want to talk about will be hacking terminal number 2, mainly because this is the first objective where I feel that many games end prematurely because it was not played properly by the team. So here are some tips. So first off, do not step on the objective unless everyone is in place and all existing enemies are destroyed. So this basically means is that make sure that you wait for your teammates to arrive in the area and make sure that you clear out all of the enemies in the area before you start the objective. Because if you start the objective prematurely and your teammates are not in position, like let's say maybe Torbjorn or Reinhardt are still running and trying to get into the area, then that can spell trouble for the team because enemies will start spawning in front and you still have enemies that you still need to deal with at the back, and it can be a disaster altogether. So secondly, know where the eradicators spawn and take them out as soon as they drop. There are only a few eradicators in this specific objective, and the only one that I feel that's most difficult to deal with would be the one on the right side because it's going to be interrupting Reinhardt from shielding to the left, to the right, and to the front. So what Tracer needs to do is to take that out as soon as she can, and hopefully that the Eradicator doesn't go inside the building because it's going to be a bit more difficult to take out the shield. Reinhardt cannot just charge in because Reinhardt is busy protecting the turret at the front because the front one will be spawning out a lot of robots, which can be a bit difficult to deal with. So it would be best to be dealt by Tracer. So thirdly, make sure the Tracer is doing her rounds, clearing the enemies in the area so that Reinhardt won't have a hard time trying to focus on where he should point out his shield. As much as possible, Reinhardt will be pointing his shield at the front because majority of the enemies will be spawning at the front side, and Torbjorn needs to cast his ultimate when the time is right so that they can take out most of the enemies and complete the objective. And lastly, of course, do not get near the clock tower or you will prematurely spawn a new set of enemies with an eradicator on it, which will make the objective even more difficult to deal with. So make sure to not do that. So next I'll be showing a clip on how I completed hacking terminal number 2 in expert mode. So hopefully this helps you out.
The world needs.
Underway. The guns should be coming down shortly. Significant omnipresence closing in on your position.
Target, keep your turret up. Everyone else, good hunt.
You're exposed in your current position. Watch for attacks from all directions.
My ultimate is almost ready. Head up! Eradicator!
Prisoners down, reviver. I can't hold forever. Thank you, my friend.
You shouldn't be far from the last node. Within the cathedral. Just up the street.
We're following. Do I have your attention? Much alive.
So once you reach the stationary payload objective, this is going to be the hardest part in the game because you're going to be encountering bastions and detonators. And this is why Reinhardt is going to be the most crucial character in this particular objective, because only Reinhardt can disable these two specific units, mainly by charging them or by using Earth Shatter. A good tip here is that once the detonator reaches the payload and it's about to explode, just use charge from Reinhardt in order to push it out before it explodes. This will save you a lot of time trying to damage the detonators, so you can just focus on the other mobs and clear them out and have Reinhardt charge out the detonators on his own. Now, another important advice here is that you must not miss your charge when you are doing it on a Bastion, because Bastion has enough damage to actually kill Reinhardt quite easily. So make sure that whenever you do charge, you have to hit Bastion. So once you charged out Bastion, he's out of position, attack, attack, attack. Then once he's back in position and went into sentry mode, make sure to put the shield up and wait for your cooldown to do another charge. Then attack again until Bastion is dead. So for Torbjorn, make sure to have an ultimate ready when you feel that the enemies are starting to pile up. Normally this happens when the detonators start popping up around 3 minutes into the objective. So try to cast out the ultimate and help out in the DPS to clear out the mobs and maybe even help out clearing out bastions and detonators. So for Tracer, make sure to always clear out as many enemies as you can and do not stray too far from the team. And make sure to always try to remove the left arm of the Eradicator so that it won't be very difficult for Reinhardt or Torbjorn to clear them out. Another good tip here is that you can use Tracer's Pulse Bomb when the Bastion is out of position or out of sentry mode. So this will maximize the damage that you can do to Bastion. And for Mercy, just heal and boost majority of the time. DPS only if opportunity presents itself, but by default, to be safe, just make sure you're healing Reinhardt, Torbjorn, or Tracer. And lastly, if you're in a situation when there's 10 seconds left and you only have one hero left alive, make sure just to hide instead of trying to revive your friends. At the end of the 10 seconds, all of the robots will be destroyed automatically, then you can revive them safely. So in the next clip, I'll be showing Reinhardt on how he manages to clear out detonators and bastions, and hopefully this helps you out.
Just needed a moment to get warmed up. So it's ready to move out? Not quite yet. I should have known. Team, get ready for another wave of attacks.
Define little snag.
Forget about it! Defend the payload! It just needs a little more time! It's going to trust me! Just a little bit longer.
once you reach the Payload Escort objective, there are two things that you can do. So first off, either you abuse the bug, wherein you have a character stand at the center of the gate at the end of the payload route, which in effect will not spawn any enemies, so it'll be very smooth sailing for you. Or if you like a bit of a challenge, then just make sure that you have characters guarding the front and the back of the payload. Now, it is important to note that there will be 3 Bastion tanks in this specific objectives, and they are moving around quite quickly. So make sure that the Reinhardt is able to land at least a charge on them so that it'll be easier for you to take out the Bastions. And also make sure that Torbjorn has his ultimate ready so that he can cast it whenever a Bastion tank comes out. So it'll be easier for the team to take them out. So I have a couple of clips that you'll be able to watch. So one would be the bugged version, then the second one would be the challenging version, I guess. So hopefully this helps you out.
Once you're there, well, it's up to Torbjorn. Good job, team. Handing you over to Commander Reyes. Amari out.
Reyes here. Latest Blackwatch intelligence indicates heavy null sector numbers inside the power station. Expect null troopers, eradicators, bastions, and some more.
Hello there.
It's firing up!
Latest Blackwatch intelligence indicates heavy null sector numbers inside the power station. Expect null troopers, eradicators, bastions, and some more forces.
Good to Alba. Elias, be careful. Much obliged. Eradicate us all. Enemy battery up ahead. Damage enemy. Thanks, love. Thank you.
Down! Tracer's down! Revive her!
Should we be standing further away? Now.
Maybe behind my shield!
So for the last mission in the game, we're going to be taking out 4 Orisas. So my main advice here is to take your time. Do not rush in. There's no timer penalty in this specific game mode. So you just kill your enemies one by one and take them out slowly, but at least you're surely winning the game. Now do take note there are 3 Sentry Bastions and 3 Tank Bastions in this map, and I would highly advise to be more careful with the Tank Bastions because they will spawn normally at the back of your team, and ambush you. So the first tank bastion will spawn at the back of your team after you kill the first Orisa, so make sure your Reinhardt is ready to shield your team and charge on the bastion. Hopefully the rest of the team will be able to take it out. Now the second tank bastion will spawn if you get near enough to the second Orisa. Now this will most likely spawn in front of your team, so have your Reinhardt prepare your shield and charge on it if possible, and hopefully Tracer and Torbjorn have their ultimates ready to take out the bastion. Now for the third tank bastion, it will spawn at the back of your team after you kill the second Orisa. So make sure again your Reinhardt is prepared to shield and charge the bastion, and hopefully the rest of the team will be able to take it out as well. And lastly, make sure to abuse Torbjorn's long-range primary shot skill to kill sentry bastions, especially the second and the last bastion. So now I'll be showing you the clip on the final mission of this game. Hopefully this helps you out, and enjoy the video.
Detected a massive power surge inside the flames. Best guess they're gonna try to blow it. Focus on those OR-14. They're your first priority. Take them out. Target down. Move to the next one.
Turret under fire!
Come on, the fight's not over yet.
Armor, come get it! I could use some healing!
Heroes never die. Some armor.
That's more! King of beauty! Area destroyed! My turret! Armor up! Shots with power 14 invading! Area destroyed! This is now Reviver! But hard on that!
Let's take a window.
Come get your armor!
Thanks, love.
Thank you.
Group up. Enemy bastion up ahead.
Armor here! Get behind!
Just 2 targets left.
I could use some healing! Enemy bastion up ahead! Shots with pinch! Armor!
And so that's it for the tips and guide on specific missions in the PvE mode Uprising. The video is a bit longer than what I wanted to, but I just wanted to show the specific types of clips so that you can see what it actually happened instead of just me rambling about specific things. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe, and if not, there's a dislike button there that you can press. And also please leave a comment for any suggestions or any recommendations that I can look into. And again, thanks for watching my video. Hope to see you again next time. TR out.